Hey guys, welcome to Monkey's World. Okay, I've had to reverse the videos. We're gonna do, excuse me, the Royal Rumble review first, then we're gonna play because I've got to let the batteries charge. You'd think they wouldn't drain. Looks like two of them are already in the green. That's good. So while they're charging, let's do the review. First of all, if I had to give it a letter grade, B+ maybe. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but it was good. Okay, I will talk about the two Rumbles, but first, the 4-way title match was okay. Reigns pinned AJ. I don't know. In that one, I expected Reigns to lose the title without losing, although I kind of didn't, because I think he's going to main event WrestleMania, of course. I think he's going to lose it to Cody at WrestleMania. Well, I just spoiled it. Anyway. The U.S. title match, Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul retained on a DQ. Logan Paul got brass knucks, which Kevin took from him and hit him and didn't hide the knucks. The next pay-per-view is the Elimination Chamber, coming from Perth, Australia on February 24th. And they had an attendance record for Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida last night at 48,044. Okay, Men's Rumble. Jay and Jimmy came in 1 and 2. Uso. I'm just going to read them to you. Waller, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Nakamura, Escobar, Cross, Dominic, Carlito, Bobby Lashley, Ludwig Kaiser, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, Bronson Reed, Kofi, Gunther, Ivar, Braun Breaker, Omos, Pat McAfee, JD McDonough, R-Truth, Miz, Damian Priest, CM Punk, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn. Okay, now the first one to be dumped was Grayson Waller. Pat McAfee eliminated himself. The big story, besides the fact that Cody won it for the second year in a row, was Braun Breaker. Everyone knows that he is Rick Steiner's son. He is moving up to the main roster, and this was his first Rumble, which I didn't think it was. I thought he was in the Rumble last year, but he eliminated Omos. And Finn Balor. So, that was kind of a big deal. He looks so much like his dad. There were no singles or tag team women's matches at all. There were only the 2 other matches. So the Women's Rumble, Natalya, Naomi, Bayley, Candice LeRae, Jordan Grace, Indy Hartwell, Asuka, Ivy Nile, Katana Chance, Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane, Tegan Knox, Kaden Carter, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Zaya Lee, Zelina Vega, Maxine Dupree, Nia Jax, Shotzi, Becky Lynch, Alba Fire, Shayna Baszler, Valhalla Michin, Zoe Stark, Roxanne Perez, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and Liv Morgan made her return. Now, The big story with the Women's Rumble was the fact that Jordynne Grace, who happens to be the current TNA Women's Champion, and Naomi, also in TNA right now, were both in the Rumble. And it made me question, because they talked about TNA knockouts and TNA, like it actually existed, which they don't do that. But when I talked about Jade Cargill, they talked about her being a free agent. No, Jade Cargill came out of AEW. And was one of the top stars there. So those were kind of the surprises coming into the Ladies' Rumble. Naomi being there, Jade Cargill, Jordynne Grace. According to what I read, they're not saying whether WWE and TNA actually have some kind of handshake agreement, which it seems like they do if they're using each other's champion. But it turns out Endeavor, the company that bought WWE, also runs TNA. So, yeah. That's why. And Bayley won the Women's Rumble. I think that's a good thing. I actually really like Bayley. Excuse me. I really thought with CM Punk, and that was another big story in the Men's Rumble, CM Punk coming into the Men's Rumble, that he would automatically win it. Or supposedly The Rock and Cena are both back, but neither one were in the Rumble, which I thought they both were going to be, and I thought one of them was going to win it. It was going to come down to them, and one of them was going to win it. Because, per always. But they weren't, and it ended up being Cody again. So I think Cody will take the title at WrestleMania. Now, as far as the Elimination Chamber goes, I don't know who's going to be in it. I know one thing. The Women's Elimination Chamber, what's her name? Rhea Ripley will not lose the title. They're not going to take the title off of her weeks before WrestleMania in her home country when she's due to main event WrestleMania. So, she'll be winning that. I don't know what's going to happen in the men's chamber. I would guess that Reigns would win it. Unless these chambers are going to be to decide who goes to WrestleMania against the other champion. In other words, Cody will pick Reigns, and then the Elimination Chamber will be who will face Rollins. Or Rollins will be defending his title in the chamber. That could be too. Rollins could be defending his title in the chamber. It being in Australia, I would almost say that it would have to be Ripley's title in the women's chamber. And I think, again, it being in Australia, Grayson Waller will be in the men's chamber, without question. So, these are my opinions. Take them for what they're worth. But a lot of the women, I didn't have a clue who they were. I mean, I've heard of Jordynne Grace, of course. Jade Cargill. thought maybe Jade was going to win it because she was one of the final three. And but yeah, that didn't happen. So I have expected it to be Nia. I don't think anyone expected it to be Bailey. But I'm glad it was. And I'm glad Cody won the men's rumble, even though it was the second year in a row, because I feel like maybe they're actually going to give him the title at WrestleMania. So, which he deserves. It's long overdue. So, again, these are my opinions. I hate that Reigns pinned AJ in this match, but, you know, those things don't bother AJ. The match was okay. I mean, it was a 4-way, so it was. I don't like 3-ways and 4-ways. It's hard to follow. There's too much going on, you know. Again, there wasn't a women's match, which greatly disappointed me. The U.S. title match was actually a really good match up until the tomfoolery at the end. But Kevin Owens didn't get the title. Well, now all 4 of the batteries are red, so it's going to be a while. But it's okay. If I have to, I can make that video after I visit with my friend for a minute or two, who's coming over to drop off some meds. So that'll be good. Okay. Itchy nose. So yeah, that's what I'll do for that. Or I'll just make another video and we'll play video games tomorrow. I think that's what we'll do, because those are going to take a long time to charge. So we'll make another video. We'll play video games tomorrow after those charge. I don't know what we're going to do. But anyway, we'll figure it out. So yeah, those are my opinions based on what I saw. But when they first said Naomi was a former Knockouts champion, I'm like, what the? And Jordan Grace comes out and says, it's the current Knockouts champion, TNA Knockouts champion. And I'm like, what the? And that's when I looked it up, and they're both being run by Endeavor. Endeavor runs TNA's TNA Plus internet thing. And is, I guess, the parent company for both companies now. So, which I kind of knew, but I also knew that Endeavor runs UFC. So they can use each other's talent, and they have to acknowledge each other. So that's weird. Yeah, that was truly strange, and to me, the news of the night. So let me know what you thought of the show. What's your letter grade? Again, I give it a B+. As always, the Rumbles themselves were pretty good. The men's Rumble was, the women's Rumble was really good. It usually outshines the men's Rumble. Don't know why. This is the 5th year they've had the women's Rumble. So, So I will see you next time. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. It's getting yucky out. And I will see you next time. I'm not sure what we're doing because, again, the batteries have to charge, so we're doing something else. Maybe an art project. Bye, guys. Mwah.